everybody on YouTube, Shadowsun here. Welcome back to my channel. So I apologize for the noise in the background. You're gonna hear a little bit of music and no copyright situation happening here, but you also might hear some dogs barking in the background. So I wanted to make this video in honor of IBD Awareness Week. IBD is a term used to describe two known diseases, and they're just collectively called inflammatory bowel disease. The two most known are Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, which there are differences between the two. And I do have a link to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation where you can find out more information in the description below. But I wanted to share my experience with IBD and how it affects my daily life, but also how it affects me as a whole in a little bit of the context of my personal beliefs, like my personal practice as a pagan and in my own craft. So I got diagnosed with IBD 2 years ago. I did go through a hospitalization, and that was pretty crazy because I was also during a time in my life where I was under some stress, but that didn't cause my disease. But I also was going through school, and I was going through a lot of different things, and a lot of the symptoms that I was experiencing, I lost a lot of weight. I also lost a lot of nutrients and a lot of blood, and there was blood involved, so trigger warning there. And I had all these weird symptoms. I would have consistent need to go to the restroom, so on and so forth, and I didn't really understand what was going on. So even after the hospitalization, I didn't know which of the two diseases I had. I was under the impression that I had ulcerative colitis, and for a while I said that because I didn't even know. Now when I look at papers and when I talk to my doctors, they talk about, they either say IBD or they say Crohn's disease. So Crohn's disease they're both autoimmune. So Crohn's disease can affect all parts of the GI tract, but can also affect different parts of the body and cause inflammation. So it attacks my GI system and other parts of my body. So common things can be like I can get inflammation in my joints or my eyes or other parts of the body. And what I found for myself is the unpredictability of IBD for me. I never know what one day is going to be like, even though I am on medication and I am considered in remission because I don't have any of these weight loss symptoms or blood in my stool or any major situations going on where I'm in what they consider a flare, which is just basically you having symptoms. My other symptom that was really strange was I had really crazy acne, like cystic. It was really, really weird. Like these bumps were just like all on top of one another, and it was really crazy. And thankfully I've gotten rid of that, but I think it's because I'm on medication, and then one of the medications that I'm on does suppress my immune system. So with the pandemic, I have had to be very aware of what is going on and just take care of my health. And stress is a trigger for me. It doesn't cause anything. It doesn't cause my disease. It just triggers certain things for me. And I do need to watch what I eat as well. So I need to make sure that I'm eating certain things or avoiding certain things because it can make me feel really sick. In particular, I know spice is one of my biggest triggers. So when I have like spicy things, it makes my stomach hurt and I just feel really, really ill after. I used to have a lot of fatigue, and I also had anemia for a while as well. And in the context of my own personal practice, I spend a lot of my time, if I am feeling really ill, I base it on a day-by-day basis. So if I'm feeling really sick, so in the last couple of days I felt just really unsettled with my stomach, and I just felt really unsettled in general. So I take that time to listen to my body and rest and pay attention to what my body is telling me, and I pay attention to what I need. And if that means I'm not doing a whole lot that day, that's fine. If I need to just eat more carefully and just make sure I'm not eating anything that's going to potentially trigger me, because I really don't know. Like I said, that's where the unpredictability comes in, because I really don't know what is going to bother me. I've had instances where one time I had something that I've had for a long time, and all of a sudden it just makes me feel really sick, and vice versa. And in the context of my own, magical practice, I do a lot of healing work. So healing spells are a thing on a day where I need rest, or sometimes I won't do any at all. It just depends on if I can focus or not. Like if I feel like I'm having trouble focusing, I won't do any magic because I'm not gonna want that energy just scattered and, very unclear in my goal. Because of my lack of focus and my lack of energy and my lack of concentration. So I do a lot of time with meditation and rest, and I've been getting into yoga lately, so I've been working on that as well, in terms of like low impact exercises for my body as well. In addition to that, I spend a lot of my time outdoors to make sure I'm getting lots of vitamin D, and I make sure that I am just keeping with my health. I also wrote a blog post earlier in the year about my life and working magic from the perspective of somebody who does have a chronic illness, because this can become chronic. I never know when a flare is going to show up. I never know what's going to cause it. I never know what's going to happen. So my biggest thing that I want people to take away from this is that you never know what somebody's going through, and you never know what they can be, happening with their health from day to day, from moment to moment. I've had moments where I've literally been fine. The next thing I know, I'm in pain for no reason whatsoever. And I could eat nothing new that day, and you really just don't know, and assumptions aren't a good thing. And I think if you really want to learn more about IBD as a whole and just what Crohn's disease, because Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, having IBD affects everybody differently, and not everybody is going to have to eat the same things, or there's no diet, there's no cure, not every medication is going to work the same way for everyone else. And just learning and educating people, and I'm open to questions. If you have questions about different things related to my disease, I'm more than happy to answer those questions. Leave a comment in the comment section below, or tweet me on Twitter, or whatever you want to do. And just check out the link to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. They have a lot of good information. And check out, if you know somebody with IBD, just ask how they're doing, or just ask questions. And if they don't feel like they want to talk about it that day, that's totally fine. Just be that support, be that person that's going to help them through this. So I hope this gives you a good overview of my life with IBD. I do try to live, despite me having this situation happen to me, I do live a normal life. I do things from day to day. I can still work. I can still, manage my everyday situations. It's just a little bit different. Sorry for the noise. My neighbors are being loud. But I can still do what I want to do. It's just, I might have to take a little more time for my health, or I might have to be more mindful of things that I didn't have to be mindful of before, where I go out to eat, or what I eat, or what have you. So if you guys have liked this video so far, please subscribe, share it with your friends, and just know that this is something that affects a lot of people, and people classify it as an invisible illness, but it really is something that needs to be discussed more. And that's why I put the hashtag, IBD visible in the description, and that's why or not in the description, but in the title of the video. I am IBD visible, and I do have it, and I want people to understand what that might look like for me and what that might look like for the people in terms of just raising awareness. So please share this video with your friends, and I hope you all are having a safe and wonderful weekend. Please stay safe, and please take care of each other. Speak soon. Many blessings.